Well, hey everybody. First of all, I'm very pleased to be vlogging again because my Xbox is currently updating as we speak, and hopefully it'll update good enough. And second, I've just been watching fantastic movies and I'm feeling pretty good, so everything's going alright over here. So as you guys know, I have just started work again at Big Air Trampoline Park, and I gotta tell you, despite a couple circumstances, I'm doing great so far. It's clearly a shame that Camp Air is gone because I was so looking forward to seeing everybody there again, but if they ever bring it back, I hope that I can have a role with Camp Air because I have worked in summer camps before. But tonight I want to take some time to give you a little bit of tips about Big Air. If you have seen already, what I do mostly is work with the mechanical bull. A bull which, I'm sorry to say, has a broken control panel because something apparently happened to it a couple weeks ago. Or was it last week? I don't remember. But anyway, the bull has only one speed now. It's intermediate. And let me tell you, if you don't want to do this bull, please don't do it if you hate going fast. I'm sorry, but until we get it fixed, that's all we can do right now. You will have to sit up and hold on to the rope because lying down and grabbing with your hands on the sides is a bit strange to me and a bit unprofessional, so I'd rather you take the proper way and sit up there straight. Plus, I really don't like how people hang to the side while the bull's still going on the rope because to me, that kind of chokes the bull and the rope will probably break, so we don't want that to happen. But I'm hoping you guys still do the bull because it's one of our most popular attractions, as is the laser maze, which I have also started doing. That maze has two versions. One is where you break all the lasers for points, and two, you have to avoid them, like a bank robbery scene in the movies. And also, one thing I could say about the laser maze is that it always attracts a long line, and it's for all ages. I keep telling people that it's free, so let me be honest, it's a great thing to do, and I hope you'll take the laser maze into consideration. Another thing I like to mention is that I sometimes do the orbit. The orbit is that big stick that goes around and around and around while you stay in your trampolines. While you jump on your trampolines. So that's where I often have the most trouble because some people like to run around to have it chase you, and that obviously can't be the case. You have to stay on your trampoline while that happens. You have to jump over it, you can't flip, and it goes around until I stop it. I always treat it like a space mission, like it is called an orbit after all. I tell people your mission is to avoid the spinning arm as it goes around. And I always tell them to be careful where they land because the gray area in between each trampoline is very, very hard. It's solid, and you could easily... I've already seen one person break their arm on this thing, so that's the one I have the most difficulty with. At other times, I help people climb up the Rubik's Cube tower and the climbing tower. Now, forgive me, but Big Air needs new harnesses because the ones we have are a little old and some can't fit. But I gotta tell you, when you climb up the Rubik's Cube, it's like you're walking on air, and it's pretty fancy, I've gotta say. What else? Oh yeah, the Rubik's Cube also tests your limits. You have to find where to grip and where to go up. But one thing's for sure, it's very fancy. I have occasionally reffed dodgeball, which is not very easy to do. Since that's our most popular attraction, everybody plays by their own rules, which we can't allow. One of the things that I like about that is that they are enthusiastic when they're playing. I hope that stays that way. One thing I will say is that, there can't be any headshots because that will cause people to be out. I've lost my voice so much in telling people not to do any headshots. And also, one thing I have to point out is that fair play is expected from everybody, so I really hope that's the case. We even have a main court. I do that a couple of times, and the one thing I have trouble with there is people sitting on top of the framework of the trampoline. That's not allowed, and I often have to tell them to get down. Even though nothing much goes on there, it is for all ages, and I'm very pleased with that. And what I like doing a lot is being at the basketball hoops, which is Big Slam. And even though they're falling into disrepair, we still have a lot of great dunkers, many of which I've seen do a good job. Each hoop must have one person on the trampoline, and there can't be any games. I'm very pleased with everything Big Air has done for me so far, and I've got to tell you, this has been a great experience to come back and work for them again, and let me say I hope to be there for as long as I can before I start full-time work. But, yeah, I just want to thank you guys for continuing to support the company, and I look forward to seeing you all there tomorrow.